Hi, I'm Tim Fletcher, the founder of the LIFT program, which is our 15-week online program to help people work through their complex trauma or complex PTSD. And I get asked all the time, like, who's it for? Why do I need to take this program? So let me give you 3 reasons why I think this program is really for everyone. I find it just fascinating, latest research that's come out, and Dr. Gabor Mate mentions it in his book, The Myth of Normal, that now they're estimating as a low estimate that over 75% of people have complex trauma or complex PTSD. We used to think of trauma just in terms of big T trauma, bad things happening to me, horrific things happening to me, and that's serious. But people would say, well, I don't have any big T trauma, so I don't have trauma. But we've come to understand little t trauma. And little t trauma is basically not getting the things I should have got, not getting my needs met, being neglected, not getting the nurture and acceptance and understanding and love that a child should get. That trauma is actually even more damaging than big T trauma. Over 75% of people have that. They have been affected, maybe in small ways or bigger ways, by not getting some of their needs met well or consistently. And so why we call this the LIFT program is because everybody in life, regardless of how healthy or unhealthy their home, has some living issues today, and they need a lift. They need some help to figure out, why is my marriage struggling? Why am I struggling on my job? Why do I get down on myself so much? They need help in figuring that out. And LIFT helps people understand themselves better, understand the areas that aren't healthy, why they're not healthy, so that they can begin to understand that. So that's the first reason. The second reason is our whole approach in the West to problems in our culture and our society has been to focus on symptoms. So we see addiction, we see homelessness, we see criminal activity. So we put them in jail, we put them in treatment centers. We provide all these social programs to help people with the symptoms. Dr. Bruce Perry, in his book, What Happened to You, shares new research that says over 90% of people who are in prison have complex trauma. So the criminal activity is a symptom of the trauma. We know that 97% of addicts have childhood trauma. The addiction is just a symptom of the root problem. Over 90% of people who are homeless have complex trauma. You look at people who are cutters, people with eating disorders, symptoms, complex trauma. You look at many mental health things, symptoms of complex trauma. You look at domestic violence, symptom of complex trauma. You look at children who are in the foster care system. They have parents who have complex trauma. That's why the parents couldn't parent them properly. And so what people are beginning to realize is our culture has developed all of these very important systems and programs and treatment centers to help people with the symptoms. But if we don't ever get to the root, to the real issue, we're never truly going to help people get healthy. And so when I came into this field and I began to realize so much stuff around us is all about symptoms, I said, let's develop something that helps people get to the root. And that's why LIFT was created, to get to the root trauma issues. The third thing, there are more and more programs out there to help people with PTSD and CPTSD. All of them are wonderful programs. But what I have found is this: many of them, most of them, help people in the early stages of dealing with the most extreme parts of the trauma, the physical stuff, the emotional dysregulation, the extreme triggers, all of that, so important in the early days for the person to get initial healing and feelings of safety. But what I began to realize is most of the programs didn't go to some of the core psychological issues and give people an understanding of healthy life, what it looks like, and the tools to get to healthy life, and to provide healthy connections for people, which are such a key part of getting healthy. And so I'm so thankful for all these other programs, but we need more. We need to go deeper if we are going to help people truly deal with their complex PTSD. And so LIFT has been developed. And so I just would love every single person in the world to take LIFT. I think everybody would benefit greatly from it for these reasons. So please consider it. Thank you.